Over this past couple of months, I've been speaking to the great and the good of Irish music and entertainment. I've got a gentleman now based in Cork, a truly phenomenal musician. He was busy out and about playing at social dances and much more before the lockdown came. A busy, busy man. He is absolutely steeped in music, related to an artist we're very familiar with indeed in the UK, Tony Carney. And also Tony accompanies him on many occasions. Brilliant talent in music. The one and only Finbarr Denehy. Finbarr, how are you? Great to talk to you.
Hello, Jory. It's great to talk to you, and I hope everybody is well over there during these tough times.
Indeed. Very, as I say, very, very strange times.
That's right. Yeah, I suppose nobody expected to see this coming down along the line, but however, it's here now. We'll just have to get on with it.
Indeed, that's all that you can do. Now, you were a busy lad. Initially, you were playing on your own. You were doing a one-man show, mainly doing social dancing.
Yeah, I started out a one-man band, just doing the social dancing and maybe the odd pub and things around Ireland. And then later on, down along the line, my eldest daughter joined up with me, and she plays. She's multi-talented. Like, she plays fiddle, mandolin, banjo, pedal steel, the cello. She's playing with the orchestra and a few things like that. She joined up, and she's after doing the grades. Like, she's fully, I suppose, as you put it earlier on, steeped in music.
Indeed.
And then a little later, I had a little bit of voice trouble myself. So my wife joined up, and she went lead singing with the band. And sometimes they are in as well. Like, if my wife couldn't do it, I had a sister, my eldest sister, who'd fall in as well, and she'd join in with the gang. And then after Christmas, when the lockdown came, we started this Friday night, just out of the blue. We said we'd give it a go, and it took off very well. And then, as you mentioned, Tony Carney, who a lot of people over around England and around London would know very well. Tony joined up with us, and it's after taking off, so we'll see where it goes from here.
It's been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, your Friday night thing on Facebook. Your daughter. What's your daughter's name?
Chloe Denehy.
Chloe Denehy. Your daughter, also your wife Maura, and yourself, and also Tony Carney. You've been doing this thing on a Friday night on Facebook Live, and the views are absolutely phenomenal. The reaction from all over the world has been astounding.
Yeah, it started out like the first night we got about maybe 3,000 views, and we thought we were delighted. We said, that's great. Then it went up to 5,000 and 6,000, and jeepers, we were looking at it today anyway. We're 2 months down the road now into it, and it's gone up, I don't know, is it 12 or 13,000 already, and that's only in the space of 24 hours, so,
that is astounding.
Hopefully that will keep going, because we have a lot of people looking in we have a lot of people from the UK, Scotland, America, places like that, Australia. There was a guy on to me this morning from Australia. He was looking for to know, can I send CDs over? There's a lot of people looking for our stuff in Australia, so it's after opening up a whole new world for us, and we're looking forward to see what's coming down the track,
Indeed. So I think that's one of the things, Finbarr, that's actually happened with the lockdown. Traditional communication has completely and totally morphed as everything has gone online. Absolutely everything. Streaming is really the new communication in every respect.
Yeah, well, I suppose, Jerry, that's the beauty of modern technology. Only for Facebook, and that, like, we would have lost contact with all our people, the fans and friends, and that we'd meet along the way, because it was great to go out there, so many 3 or 4 or 5, or sometimes we were out 7 nights, and meeting all these people, and, you'd miss all that, but whereas we're talking to them there every Friday night now, they're online, and they're texting us during the week, and commenting on the show, and we have full contact, so which is absolutely fantastic, and we're after meeting a load of new people from UK, and Scotland and all those other places I mentioned, America. There was a man on to us from Ohio. We take a trip there when things open up, hopefully in the near future. We do the festival over in Cleveland, and there was a few different things like that coming on the pipeline. So, it's great. So we're, as I say, looking forward to it and see where it goes.
Indeed, it's been absolutely astounding. Well, where you had the situation, something which really never happened before, the Zoom platform come into its own with so many people also. You had people actually meeting up for conversations, even for quizzes with family members right around the world, as well as just down the road. And that was something which, was a totally, completely and utterly new thing.
Yeah, to that, this is it. Like it's after working. I suppose even though, like, look, we could have done without it, but in stuff like that, it's after kind of changing the way of life, and maybe look, people are doing things that they weren't doing before, and it's probably after making people realise too the value of life and the value of friendship and friends and family and stuff like that. So hopefully, as I say, like, look, it's after opening up a whole new world, and we'll just have to wait and see what's the outcome like. So
Indeed so. Fingers crossed. And often out of scenarios of great adversity comes greatness, and things things come into their own which haven't previously happened. And I think with all of this, that the views of modern technology, there are people now using technology who possibly have never done so before, or did very little at it before.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if we were told 15 or 20 years ago, or even 10 years ago, that we'd be sitting in our own house and being viewed all over the world, we tell people they were off their head, like.
Yes.
It's like, it's a great facility to have, that is so readily available in everybody's homes and stuff. It's a great thing to have, to be honest.
Indeed, it is. It's absolutely astounding, and it really completely and totally changes. One of the major changes which happened. I was speaking to a number of artists, Derek Ryan, Philomena Begley, Michael English, and they have actually recorded material online, recording material from their homes.
That's right. Yeah, from sitting in their own houses, singing away, like, which is absolutely phenomenal. Doing, it was. Like, I was looking at that myself. It's absolutely. There's great credit due to them, because it's very well done, and it took a lot of work to do what they done, and it turned out absolutely fantastic. It's a great piece of work altogether. Fair play to them.
Indeed. So it's hard to believe that you'd ever see the day, as you said, if somebody had to say 20 years ago that you could actually record a song while singing at home into your tablet or laptop or telephone. I mean, you would just think that the person was really off their head altogether. It's hard to believe and hard to comprehend.
Yeah, and as well as that, and what amazes me as well, like, and I suppose everybody else, the quality that you can record, because before you had to go out and go into a studio, or even if you did record anything onto the old tape deck at home, you had to go in, take it someplace and get it revamped and pressed up to get a bit of quality of sound out of it, whereas you can get top quality actually inside between the four walls of your own home, like, which is, it's a super piece of technology.
It is absolutely incredible. Finbarr, you come from a family absolutely steeped in music. Everybody connected to you is involved in music.
Yeah, I suppose, I suppose so. Until lately, we never really sat down and thought about it, until everything, when my own kids came along and stuff. And when I think back, then my mother, God rest her, and my father, who's passed on now as well, but my mother came from a very musical family. She came from a place called Durravan in Chigila in County Cork, West Cork. And all her gang, her brothers, actually she had a brother who was very big in England, Ty Carney, Cayley Band. You probably remember Ty.
I do indeed, yes.
Ty spent many years in England, and she had another brother, Dan, who used to drum with him, and he spent many years in England, and all our, like, their siblings, who all came up with the music. And my father as well was a great man. He could walk in anywhere, and if a sing song started, and he could control the whole show. He could bust into song, and he was able to play a few tunes on the accordion. So I suppose I had it from both sides, really. I couldn't escape.
Yeah, that is incredible. That really is. That is just phenomenal. To have to just grow up. You couldn't. I mean, how? It's not surprising that your daughter has taken such an active part in music, with coming from that sort of pedigree of music.
Yeah, sure. I mean, look, it's fantastic, really, because even to be quite honest, I have another girl as well, my second daughter there, and she's playing the saxophone and the fiddle as well. And you know, like, there's never a dull moment, like, non-stop inside here in our house. You can walk in any hour of the day, and there's someone inside, and sometimes there could be a fiddle in one room, an accordion playing in another room, a saxophone playing in another room, just constant the whole time. And you know, it's absolutely fantastic because it keeps great life around the place. And you know, I suppose you wouldn't realise it, you know, when you'd have it, but it's only when people come in and say, Jesus, this is amazing, like, there's never a dull moment, you know. So it's a great thing, and it's amazing how it follows on down the line as well, you know, to all the younger generation. Once it's in the blood at all, like, it's a, you know, it's an amazing thing when you stop and think about it.
Indeed it is. And it's actually amazing, something that you say, that, you know, that all these various musical instruments are being played in the house, and that you actually was sort of taking it as sort of normal. I mean, you know, it's astounding when somebody comes in and, you know, just sees this going on. It's truly uplifting.
Yeah, because you see, I suppose we're used to it, like, even in my younger days, in the old farmhouse here where we're living in Glenmire, like, I was used to it as well growing up, because my father and mother loved people. The door was always open, there was nobody turned away, and the neighbours would come in, and anytime anyone came in, there was always you know, a bottle of beer handed out, or a drop of something, and there was always a couple of songs. And you know, even at Christmas time, we'd have friends and neighbours in, and you know, it was constant through the year. So I suppose we were kind of taking it for granted, and it was only when our own kids came along and we kind of started, you know, thinking back to Jesus, you know. And then when our own friends now will be commenting, and we think back, and I say, Christ, this is going on for years, like. You know?
Yes. It's truly magical. There's no doubt about it. And particularly at this time, and the times that we have in it at the moment, it's truly been uplifting to have all of this music. And it's you know, as you mentioned earlier on, brilliant to be able to export it around the world with the modern technology today. We're able to go right into your house.
Sure, like, I mean, last night now there was people in Toronto and different parts of Canada. And they were coming on live, and they're saying hello and keep it going, and they love us, and fantastic. And you know, to make you feel good as well, like, when you see that you're able to transmit that kind of entertainment and keep people happy around the world, you know, during this time. And as I say, hopefully down along the line that there's something will come out of it. And even, you know, even if it don't, at the same time, we're after keeping a lot of people happy.
Exactly. That's it. Finbarr, listen, it's been lovely to catch up with you. Absolutely brilliant. Keep up your sessions on Facebook, yourself and the family, and I wish you yourself and Maura and the girls, and indeed pass on our best wishes to Tony Carney also. And listen, here's looking ahead, and here's looking to good health, happiness, and good music for many, many moons to come.
That's great. And listen, thank you very much for having me on there as well. And it's great. And hopefully there, I've been over to London many a time myself. As I say, I met you a few times there when I was over, you know, in the last few years gone by. And hopefully we'll meet again. And just that I throw in for good measure there again, I also had the pleasure of playing in the Galtimo before it closed. I played there with Tom Healy one night, the late Tom Healy.
Ah, excellent memory.
So you know, it's I'm after having I suppose the best of both worlds, and you know, it's great to look back on it and say, look, I did this and I did that. And once again, look, Johnny, thanks to yourself and all, and hopefully we'll talk to you again sometime in the near future.